Can I make a difference in the program and the plan of God? Can God use me? Given the fact I am who I am, I have this IQ of this height, I have this sort of job skill. How does God use it? Can God use it? Well, obviously, what we're going to find out that even though we are basically who we are based upon how our parents, genetics, God redeems us, can transform us, and also allow opportunities to work for Him and to serve Him in very, very important ways. We're going to give you a summary of these three ways, and we're going to talk about them in this and the next two mini sermons. We can be involved through our giftedness. Second, we can be involved understanding that we are entrusted with the ministry of Jesus Christ. Third, we need to be aware that in certain important junctures of our life, we are given unique opportunities to be involved in delivering purpose of God. I'm going to read you a passage from the book of Esther, chapter 4. It goes like this, verse 13. Then Mordecai told them to reply to Esther, "Do not imagine that you in the king's palace can escape any more than all the Jews. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from another place, and you and your father's house will perish. And who knows whether you have not attained royalty for such a time as this." Now, I'm not going to spend the time to go over the whole story of Esther. But what this passage tells us is that the purpose of God is going to come about here in the deliverance of His ancient people. Whether Esther wants to be personally involved in the fulfillment of the plan, that is up to her. And I thought that this was a very, very important teaching and really helped me in life. Because in one sense, it gives me the confidence in God. But then it doesn't take me off the hook so I could do nothing because, I'm a fatalist. If I'm a fatalist, God's purpose is going to arise no matter if anyone does anything. It's just going to come to pass. Well, you say this one kind of splits the difference. The purpose of God does come about. Whether you want to be involved and understand the honor and understand the reward to be in that program, that is up to us. Now, I believe that in the life of the follower of Christ, we have important times and situations in our life, maybe not every year, maybe every decade, every 2 decades, where if we put the time into it and we take the initiative, we can make a huge difference in someone's life. For Esther, it was the deliverance of his ancient Jewish people. For us, it might be, I might change the course of my kids. My relatives, a relative, maybe a spouse, maybe a people at church, maybe someone at work. But, I'm going to have to step up to the plate, and take risks to tell them that something's coming down and then to really take action to deliver them. I believe these situations occur in our lives more than we think. Perhaps not in terms of the degree of Esther, but in smaller degrees. Someone's salvation or reconciliation with God. How our children are raised in important sort of situations where critical decisions are made and they may fall into a bad situation if we don't intervene. Perhaps it's a church, perhaps people going to false teaching. How's it going to go? You see, we have often this opportunity. We just like, oh, we'll let it go. It's going to happen, so who am I to make a difference? Or you decide you are going to step up to the plate and you are going to make a difference, even though it means you stick out your neck and you spend time to deliver someone or a group of people. Now, I hope this helps you. And I hope this sort of clarifies what is at our disposal in the service of God. I believe if you pray now and you are aware and you realize that the situations you are in may not be, just circumstance, Perhaps God has placed us in a certain place and time so that you can make a difference. That's what happened in Esther's life. And I pray that that will happen in all of our lives to the glory of God.